Hey, it's Rob at EMPI. We're trying something completely new and different. Bear with us. This is called an EMPI dealer interview. And today, for our very first participants, we have Bill and Debra from More Parts right here in beautiful Orange County in Anaheim.
We're technically in Placentia.
Yeah, Placentia.
Yes.
Borderline Anaheim.
All right, so if you're an Orange County person, Placentia, Anaheim, they kind of blend, right? But what we wanted to do today was share some details about More Parts and particularly about Bill and Debra and their business. And so let's start at the start. My understanding of More Parts, you're a family business. You're
Yes.
family owned and operated.
Yes. We were in San Bernardino and we moved it to Anaheim 20 plus years ago. And we mainly are a shipping warehouse for mail order.
Moving from the Inland Empire to Orange County, you're that much closer to kind of the bullseye of the Volkswagen scene.
Yes.
Was that the reason for the move?
The reason for the move is we'd be closer to all the warehouses that we buy our parts from, EMPI being our number one supplier.
Number one.
Yes, and we live in Orange County, so it just made more sense geographically.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, in addition to the family piece of the business, which is obviously certainly those with the last name of Shaw, but also our employees have been with us 20 plus years, and they have also become family.
That's
so
awesome.
we feel so fortunate to have that team with us because the synergy that we have working together is incredible, and we're just very lucky to have people that have been with us that long.
So, Debra, let's go over it then. So, I know Billy's been in the Volkswagen industry for 3 decades, I think you said.
Forever, yeah.
So, your team, what kind of total years in the business when we add it all up? What are we looking at?
Oh gosh, I would say well over 50 plus years easily.
Yeah.
In fact, our warehouse manager, Mike, who unfortunately is not with us here today, but is incredible and is a tech guru. Literally anytime customers call and they have any weird, funky, out-of-the-box questions, he's the guy that has the solution.
That happens like what, once a week? Somebody's got a weird, funky question?
All week
Once
long.
a day, yes. Oftentimes
long.
I'm like, it's too much information. We need to pack boxes. He needs to hire a mechanic. So yes, to a fault, he goes above and beyond for our customers.
We try to help them out. If they give us a phone call, if a phone call comes in, we try to take that call, find out exactly what their problem is and address it and find out exactly what they need to get their car up and running. And hopefully if they have, any problems with their vehicle, whether it's engine related, brakes, we try to help them out the best we can.
And that's one of the things I wanted to touch on in some of our conversations before. The idea, when you say, we're a warehouse business, I think you're selling yourselves terribly short, because I know when I call, the phone gets picked up immediately. So we're living in a world where everybody wants the convenience of e-com, but they miss the intimacy, the support, the guidance of being able to talk to somebody on a phone.
Literally just
WhatsApp.
today,
Right.
right before we came, I had a customer call, I answered the phone. He goes, oh my gosh, you answered the phone. I'm thinking, of course.
Doesn't everybody?
And
No, everyone does not.
Yeah.
everyone does not. That is what we were learning. But oftentimes, you get to chatting with the customers and they're like, oh, I want to be able to tell your boss how great you are. You're just so great on the phone. And I chuckle and I go, oh, I'm the owner. My husband and I own the shop. And they're like, the owner answers the phone? Absolutely. Sure. So we love that. We love that point of contact, being involved. I find that having that involvement with our customers one-on-one keeps me on the pulse of what's happening, making sure that customer service is flowing. So I feel like that's a touch point that's critical for us, and we think it's a part of our success as well.
No doubt in my mind. I think when you really get to know More Parts and the level of knowledge, the level of expertise, the level of follow-up, I think they stand out. And it's not just because they've been EMPI dealers for 28 plus years, right? Bill, you've got some Johnny Speed and Chrome experience?
When I started in this business, my first Volkswagen job was at Johnny Speed and Chrome. I started in the packaging department. I actually ran the skin packing machine. And they basically put me in this room with a skin packing machine and said, we're going to bring you tons of product and we need you to keep up and package everything we bring to you. Well, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and before you know it, I was in this room that was probably close to 100 degrees because the machine puts off a lot of heat, and I just I put my head down and I just packed, and they got to the point where they had so much packaged material that they came back there and said, okay, you got to slow down. We have nowhere to put this stuff now.
Okay.
Billy said, challenge accepted.
Yes, no doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. So many of the dealers that we talk to, the enthusiasts we talk to, Orange County is the nucleus of Volkswagen in Southern California. Johnny Speed and Chrome was one of those places that just seemed to cast so many different kinds of personalities, racers, enthusiasts.
The foot traffic there was incredible. I mean, hundreds of people a day would walk into that retail store, and I was back in the wholesale division where the packaging was, and there was hundreds of wholesalers coming in it every day.
So you got to meet a lot of people.
I met so many people.
Good place to get your feet wet into this industry, for sure.
Made so many friends throughout the years, and a lot of friends I still stay in touch with. They still love Volkswagens, still own Volkswagens, and they just kind of, once they're in your blood, they never go away.
That's great. And I understand maybe you were part of the Nilla Wafer racing team, was that? No?
It was Nabisco.
Oh, Nabisco, okay. Well, you know, Nilla Wafer was one of their
No, they used to street race behind Nabisco over there.
Totally legal.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations has expired. Thank you to everybody out there looking at the calendar. So there was quite a scene there at Johnny's, and I'm guessing that after hours there was some hooliganism type activities, maybe?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't confirm or deny, just you know, brush the question off. Right, there you go. Okay, all right. So as a longtime enthusiast, can you give us some perspective on what you've seen change in the space in the 3 decades that you've been in it?
Oh boy. I feel like the Volkswagens that are being built, they're a little bit different than what they used to be back in the 80s. Engine-wise, they seem to be the same. Everyone's still trying to put these big 2180 and 2275 horse, cc engines in these little cars, and but in the off-road as well, the Baja Bugs, those have kind of, I would say, as technology changed and the parts that are being made a little bit more high tech.
Yes.
They're getting a little bit more, I would say, faster.
Okay.
And safer at the same time. People are still, making them as safe as possible.
What trend would you most like or least like to see come back?
Oh.
You can't say string bikinis because we can't do those calendars anymore.
No. I don't know. It was all good. When I look back, I feel like the Volkswagen industry and the enthusiasts from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't regret any of it. It was all really nice.
Okay.
I think we all enjoyed it.
Okay. So let's go back to that customer service, that level of service, Deborah, you're talking about. So you're in the office, you're on the phones around what time in the morning?
9.
Around 9. Okay.
Yes.
And you guys run till 5?
Well, we often answer the phone after 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to leave a voicemail and I have to deal with it the next day, I'd rather just take care of them. And oftentimes East Coast is like, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock my time and you're still there. I mean, obviously I have the 3-hour advantage, but still.
We really,
yes.
If we're there, we usually always answer the phones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's evenings we work late, just because we try to get everybody shipped and packaged and shipped, and that way we don't have to deal with the next day.
And even like emails that come in over the weekends, because as the owner, I see every single email that comes into my store, and again, that's really important to me because I want to see what's going on. If somebody's upset, I don't want them to wait till Monday. I'm going to address it immediately because that's what I would want as a customer, and I want to make sure that I'm taking care of mine.
That makes perfect sense. I think when you think about all the places you can buy EMPI parts, right? You can't buy them from EMPI. You have to go to More Parts or an EMPI authorized distributor. Everybody wants that e-com level of service, right? Quick, and they want that personal touch. So I feel like when you combine those two features and factors, and then you layer on, I know you've got a cool new website.
We do.
So it's even easier, right?
So we've designed it to be super easy to check out and shop and search, and all the things should be seamless. One of the things that myself as a consumer, I want to make sure if I'm sitting on the couch at night and I'm binging a show and I'm shopping on my phone, which many of us do, I want the checkout to be seamless. I don't want to have to go, oh shoot, I don't have my wallet on me. I want to buy this widget. So we have enabled Shop Pay on our site, which is a really easy solution. It's super safe. Everything is kept in the cloud. And literally you log in with your email address. We don't store any of your data. It's stored in a much safer, more encrypted cloud than I could ever imagine. And everything is entered for you automatically once you enter your email address or your phone number. So it's seamless, and that is the goal. We just want it to be as easy as possible.
Would you mind if I ask what percentage of your business is coming from mobile device? Do you have a sense of that?
It's 65% is coming from mobile. I just looked at it today, and then there's I think about a 25% tablet, and then the rest is desktop.
Wow.
So most people are shopping on their phones.
Single digits on desktop.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's face it, you want convenience, you want to pull out your phone, you want to get those details, you want to order that part. More Parts, the website is called?
Moreparts.com. And more is MOORE.
Check. Okay. So get some more parts at More Parts. I'm sure you've never heard that one before. Yeah. So let's talk about the shipping. Deborah, I had a chance to chat with you, and in a very kind way, you're kind of maniacal about shipping?
I am. So basically what we decided to do is just jump in with both feet. So when you shop at my store, there are no purchase minimums, period. If you buy a $10 widget, it is shipping for free if you live in the 48 contiguous states. Wow. Sorry, Alaska and Hawaii, you're gonna pay because it's gotta go on a plane. But if you are in the lower 48, it's shipping for free. Now you also have the option to pay for an expedited shipping option if you have an urgency that you need that part for, and my website will calculate that for you and also give you a landed shipping date. So if you're like, I need it in 2 days, next day, it will tell you what 2 day or next day actually means, because just because you order it at 4 o'clock today doesn't mean you're going to see it tomorrow. It won't leave till the following day because you've missed the truck for that day. So needless to say, yes, we're free shipping all in, no purchase minimums, and no exclusions on those 48 states. And then we also offer international shipping, which is not free, unfortunately, because it's expensive when you have to put it on a plane. However, if you're shopping from another country, our website calculates all of the duties and taxes that are applicable to your country automatically in checkout in your currency. So you know exactly what that total is going to be, no surprises when that part arrives.
And international shipping is a pretty sizable chunk of your business. Is that accurate?
It's surprising how many people. I mean, sometimes I ship to places and I'm like, wow, really? That country is buying these parts. Interesting. But yes, it is everywhere. And we do really well with it. And I think it's because our website is enabled so seamlessly to make that happen.
It certainly sounds extremely convenient. I like your point about the shipping dates. I think we've been trained now. I hit the lever today, where's my cheese, right?
Amazon ruined that for everyone.
Right, so giving an actual realistic, okay, it'll be on your porch this day.
Yes.
So I know that you've also taken advantage of the EMPI dropship program.
Yes.
So things like long blocks.
Yes, that is an amazing process, because literally if you order something like seats or long blocks, sometimes wheels, I'm drop shipping it through EMPI. It's fantastic. They're shipping it from their warehouse expeditiously. You're getting it really quickly.
Excellent, excellent. So we talked about the website. We talked about you actually answer the phones.
We do.
We talked about Billy's Nabisco racing. We talked about 30 plus years just in his head. Yeah. And then when you get your team all together, it sounds like 50, 60 years of just air-cooled Volkswagen knowledge. Yes. You don't work on parts for Fiats, right? You don't do Mercedes. No. You just do air-cooled Volkswagen, right?
We have niched it down.
There you go. Okay. Well, that makes good sense. Yes. Strangely, that's what we're into as well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes.
So one of the last things I wanted to touch on was just that knowledge that you share on the phone. You talked about, hey, we're not mechanics, right? You're not working on cars at More Parts. Right. You got parts and you get them out to people that need parts. But being able to, you must hear a lot of the same kinds of scenarios pretty frequently.
We do.
So you've been able to help people kind of ratchet it down to, it's probably this, maybe it's that.
Yes, and photos speak 1,000 words.
Sure.
Because oftentimes they're describing something and we're like, can you just shoot us a picture really quick? We look at it while we're on the phone with them. We're like, oh, we see, that's upside down. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and it could be something as simple as that.
Because these cars have been around so long, they may think they have like a 1970 Volkswagen Bug, but it's been, altered, fabricated, pan swaps, and they're not sure what they really have. So if they send us photos, we try to identify what they're working with and give them the, correct parts for their car.
That's great. That's great. As an enthusiast, I can think of many times where I got stuck and I thought, I need to call somebody because I'm stuck. And I'm worried, am I going to get taken advantage of? Is somebody going to just lead me down a path that they want to sell me something? And I got to say that the feeling that I'm getting right in my sternum is that that's not what you do at More Parts. You actually take care of people, you help them, you solve their problems, and it sounds like you turn them into repeat customers.
That is certainly the goal.
do.
The only caveat to that would be if you call me and say, I bought this widget from somebody else and I think I'm missing pieces and I don't know what else I need or I don't know how to install it, I have no way of knowing exactly what you bought. That makes it very difficult. So, but we always try to do the best we can to help you. Like I said, send us a picture, let us see what we can do. Yes, that is the goal.
So solving problems, yes. Solving other people's problems, not as much.
Well, we do
difficult
try to help.
know. It's difficult to
We do
know
try to
what
help,
they bought. Because, in theory, we're all selling very similar things, but oftentimes I look and I see, my competitor changed that kit and does it a little different than I do it. So it's hard for us to be able to just completely facilitate that kind of phone call.
Got it. Well, hey, I think today we covered the highlights about More Parts. If you've got some feedback, please send us a comment. DM us, as they say, those kids, they say. Let's talk about, so we've got moreparts.com is the website. The phone number is?
714-666-6688.
Okay, that's pretty easy to remember.
And we also offer military discounts year-round.
That's right, I meant to mention that. Thank you.
So we are huge supporters of the military. This started about 10 years ago. My brother enlisted. We were not a military family before that. His enlistment knocked our family's socks off because we could not get over the sacrifice. So seeing it firsthand of what military family members endure and what they sacrifice for us and all that they do, we feel like it's the least we could do is offer a year-round military discount. So that is current and former U.S. military. Former veterans, we love you too. You all get the same discount. You register through the website, through GovX. It's all validated with your military identification, not through us. And you get an instant coupon code to use year-round. And we are so grateful for your service.
That's awesome. That is spectacular.
With no limits.
Instagram handle is?
More Parts. It's at More Parts, yes. MOOREPARTS.
There you have it. So we hope you enjoyed the inaugural EMPI dealer interview. I know I did. I learned even more about More Parts. Bill, Debra, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for your time, Rob.
I hope
So
you come back
grateful.
again soon.
Thank you.
We will.